Hello everyone, welcome back to Biophilia, your all-time study mate. Today we are going to continue with the chapter Human Reproduction with its seventh part, Fertilization. If you like our videos and want to help us to reach out many more, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our amazing channel. Today, starting with a new topic about fertilization. Fertilization को अगर if you want to define it, generally you say that it is a process of fusion of sperm and the ovum, यानी male और female gamete के fusion को fertilization बोलते हैं. But that was a layman's language when you want to simply explain it. But as you know, when we are studying fertilization in detail, you should remember that fertilization is going to be a long process. वो सिर्फ fusion बोलने के लिए होता है, but there are many steps which are involved that facilitates for the perfect fusion of the gametes. So long process of fertilization, उसमें एक छोटा सा tiny minute part is called as syngamy. Now what is syngamy? Syngamy is going to be the actual fusion of chromosomes. So gametes के अंदर जो chromosomes होंगे that actually needs to get fused so that the haploid condition of gametes are going to get fused and form the diploid zygote. So that actual fusion of chromosomes is going to be called as syngamy, which is only a part of fertilization. So now you can imagine how long the process of fertilization is going to be. Now it is going to start fertilization जब male gametes are going to come or enter into the female genital tract. So for that to enter, there needs to be copulation wherein the semen is going to be released into the vagina of the female, and that process by which it is released into the vagina will be called as insemination. So insemination से जब male gametes are going to be entering into the female tract with the in the semen, after that all these male gametes are going to travel in the direction to reach to the egg. Now before the syngamy यानी जो actual fusion of chromosomes है उसके पहले there are many different steps that needs to occur so that the syngamy can finally occur. So these 5 steps, that is capacitation of sperms, binding of sperms to ZP3 receptor, acrosomal reaction, egg activation, and finally the syngamy. So these are the 5 steps that we need to discuss in detail one by one. So let's begin with it. Now let's understand about the capacitation of sperms. Capacitation of sperms may you need to understand that when the sperms actually enter into the female tract, these are going to be in the inactive state. Inactive state में है, that means these are not capable of traveling such a long distance for a long time to get fertilized. So वो जब vagina में enter करते हैं, these are not going to be capable to move long distances from cervix, then uterus to the fallopian tubes for the fertilization. So inactive state को active state में बदलना ज़रूरी है. So what are the changes that actually occur so that the change from inactive to active actually occurs, जिसकी वजह से these can travel for longer distances and longer time so that the fertilization can occur finally. So सबसे पहले you need to understand when the sperms will reach the female genital tract, उनके ऊपर एक membrane of cholesterol होंगी, and because of this membrane of cholesterol it is going to be inactive in the male body. Now once these have reached the female body, these need to be removed. जो cholesterol level है that is surrounded around the acrosome, that needs to be destroyed, that needs to be dissolved. और ये dissolve कौन करेगा? There will be few secretions, and these secretions which are coming from the female body will dissolve the cholesterol level, और cholesterol layer जैसे ही dissolve होगी, the inactive sperm which was not capable to travel for longer time now will be activated, and this active sperm can now go for the search of egg in a much more efficient way. And now there are going to be endoplasmic reticulums जो sperm के पास होंगे, and these are going to release calcium ions, और calcium ions जैसे ही lumen में release होंगे, there will be rapid whip flash movements. So बहुत जोर जोर से tail के movements होंगे, and because of the tail movements in the sperm there is going to be motility, that is going to be a high speed motility. So because of this movement of whiplash in the tail, the sperms are going to travel into the semen, मतलब वो semen fluid है, so these are going to move through it and reach till the part where the fertilization can occur. So inactive से active state में तो हमने convert कर लिया है, यानी inactive है यानी पहले वो sperm जो था वो बहुत lazy था, it did not like to move around in a large, in greater distances, तो lazy inactive state था, right? So you can remember it like that. वो laziness किस वजह से था? Because it had a fat layer, that is cholesterol layer थी, and now once the fat layer वो fatty जो tissues था उसके पास, all that has been removed or dissolved, now it is going to be an active sperm. Now this was about the capacitation. Now let's see about the next topic. Now till the time the sperms undergo capacitation in the female tract, now the ovary has released the secondary oocyte, the mature ovum, which was arrested in the metaphase 2. अब जैसे ही ये release होगा, that is ovulation occurs from the ovary, there is going to be ciliary movement seen in the fimbriae. So fimbriae, that were the finger-like projections of the fallopian tube, this is going to catch hold of the ovum and it will place it through the ostium, that was the opening of the infundibulum, और infundibulum से वो travel करके ampulla तक पहुंचेगा, where it will unknowingly meet the sperms. So from the ovary, now the secondary oocyte has reached the ampullary region. Now till the time after the capacitation, vagina se, the sperms have started to swim through the vagina, cervix, uterus, and now finally they have reached the junction of the isthmus and ampulla. So why this movement was possible, this rapid whiplash movement was possible because of the prostaglandins. So these prostaglandins that were present in the semen because of the secretions of the seminal glands, उसकी वजह से जो prostaglandins थे उसकी वजह से उनको energy मिली, they could afford the rapid whiplash movements and reach up till the junction that is called as ampullary isthmic junction. So ampullary isthmic junction पे the sperms have reached, and even the mature secondary oocyte has also reached, and unknowingly the fertilization can now take place. So if you can see in the diagram over here, what is going to happen, यहाँ से the ovum is going to get released, it is going to be catch hold by the finger like projections, that is fimbriae. From the fimbriae infundibulum say it will reach up till the ampulla, and here is going to be the place for the secondary oocyte. Now till the time over from the vaginal area, what is going to come, the sperms which were released, these are going to get capacitated, उनमें rapid whiplash movements होंगे, and now these sperms are going to travel from the cervix, come up till the uterus. From the uterus they will go into the isthmus and reach over here, that is the ampullary isthmic junction. Ampullary isthmic junction पे जब male and female both are going to come near each other, the fertilization can occur. So it is very important कि जो timing है, that is the female gamete reaching the ampullary junction and the sperms reaching the ampullary isthmic junction, the timing should be matched, और अगर timing match होगा then and then only the fertilization will occur. If any time अगर दोनों में से कोई भी late हो जाता है, like if the ovulation takes time, तो वो sperms आगे निकल जाएंगे, they won't meet the egg at that junction. Or if the sperms are slow, और वो ejaculation या insemination was late, then the egg will reach down, और जैसे ही वो यूट्रस में या कहीं आ जाएगा, there is no fertilization going to occur. So for that point it is very important that whenever fertilization needs to occur, it will occur only if the ovum and the sperms are transported simultaneously. So if they come and coincidentally meet each other at the ampullary isthmic junction, then and then only the fertilization will occur. That is the reason why that the statement states that all copulation leads no fertilization. So her copulation पे fertilization या pregnancy हो is not necessary, because the timing should be matched, और अगर timing match हो जाता है then and then only the fertilization will occur. So this is a very important point that you need to remember, because this statement is important, that can ask you as true or false, that whether all copulation leads to fertilization and or not. So it is very important that all fertilization do not occur with every copulation. So this is an important MCQ that can come to your question paper, so you should remember about it. Now once we have understood कि sperm or ova have reached the junction, after they reach the junction जो sperms पहुँचे हैं वहाँ पे, these are going to surround the ovum. So consider ये ovum बीच में रहेगा, that is secondary oocyte is going to be in the center, और आजू बाजू the sperms are going to start to accumulate and they will form and surround कर लेंगे पूरी तरह से, so that they can reach the nucleus of the ova. So these all are all in the try to go and reach the nucleus, but it is not going to be that easy. So first of all you need to understand कि जब secondary oocyte release हुआ था because of ovulation, it had a covering of columnar cells which were binded by the hyaluronic acid. So that layer was nothing but corona radiata. Now this corona radiata cells are going to be surrounded. So पूरी तरह से उसके ऊपर एक covering है. This covering of corona radiata is going to have some receptors. So these receptors, which are shown by the blue color in my drawing, so these blue color receptors are going to be called as ZP3 receptors. And what are these ZP3 receptors? These ZP3 receptors are going to attach and bind to the sperms, and once they bind, what is going to happen, these are going to help to identify the species specific sperms. So it should not happen that interspecies production should occur. So to prevent the interspecies production, यानी एक dog और एक cat के बच्चे ना हो, that is the if the female gamete is from dog or the male gametes are from the cat, so they should not produce fertile offspring, because that is going to create a mess in the nature. So that should not occur. उसकी वजह से these ZP3 receptors are going to be responsible to identify the species specific, यानी अगर dog का fertilization है then only the sperms of the dog should enter their nucleus into the ovum. So for that reason, once the ZP3 receptors identifies that whatever sperms are surrounding the particular ovum are from the same species, then and then only these are going to be selected, और ये selected जो sperms होंगे that are going to be about a few hundreds of the sperms which will reach the next layer or next membrane, that is zona pellucida. So zona pellucida उसके अंदर होगा, and that is going to be just like playing a game. So एक level पार कर ली. Now the second layer, that is zona pellucida. So over here if you can notice that these are going to be a few hundreds of sperms. अब release जब हुए थे into the female tract, these were in millions. So how they become 100? So the reason behind that is the semen is going to be basic in nature. फीमेल ट्रैक्ट जो होगा इट इज़ एसिडिक. सो एसिडिक बेसिक देयर इज गोइंग टू बी रिएक्शन, जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारे स्पर्म्स पहले ही मर जाएंगे, सो दैट द अदर्स कैन हैव अ चांस टू रीच अप टिल द फीमेल गैमीट. So during that path to reach the gamete up till the junction, उस टाइम तक पहले ही बहुत नंबर कम हो चुका होगा. Now that thousands of sperms that have tried to reach up till the place, that junction, उस time पे these will surround and everyone will try to reach up till the nucleus, but out of that, because of the selection criteria, only a few hundreds are going to be allowed. अब ये few hundreds में से भी finally you should know that only one sperm is going to be allowed to enter its nucleus into the ovum. So how from the few hundreds up till the one the sperm is going to be allowed, that is the next journey that we have to understand. Now, after the few hundred sperms which have been selected by the ZP3 receptors, अब वो ऐसी स्थिति में आ गए हैं that these have to, once they have covered the corona radiata, उनको लगा कि now okay very good, now we are more nearer to reach the nucleus, but they see more layers that are going to be covering the ovum. So अभी भी खेल बाकी है and this needs to be crossed, और ये layers जो है उसको dissolve करके these sperms have to reach up till the nucleus. So who is going to help to actually dissolve these layers? Then the acrosome comes into the reaction. So acrosome is nothing but it is a giant Golgi body. So these giant Golgi body जो हमने study किया था about the maturation of the sperms. So during that time we saw it is a giant Golgi body, and this is going to be the acrosome जो बहुत सारे secretions create करेगा, and these secretions are going to be because of the lysosomes. So lysosomes में से the secretions are going to come, and this is going to help the sperm to cross the layers. So it will be kind of a drilling action. So वो जैसे ही enzymes release होंगे, the layer of the ovum is going to start to dissolve. So over here there are going to be particularly 3 layers. So every layer is specific, or specific enzyme release hoga. So the first layer that will be released, that is called as hyaluronidase. So hyaluronidase is going to be dissolving the hyaluronic acid. और ये hyaluronic acid कहाँ होगा? It is going to be between the granulosa cells. So granulosa cells के बीच में से जाने के लिए hyaluronidase is going to help. Once that layer has been covered, then the corona penetrating enzyme is going to dissolve the corona radiata layer, and even after that there is going to be the zona pellucida that needs to be digested, or that is going to be because of the acrosin or the zona lysine. So zona lysine या acrosin जब release होगा, the zona pellucida will be digested, and after that only a few sperms are going to be capable to perform all these reactions. और because of these secretion की एक के बाद एक जो fastest करेगा, because of that only a few sperms will be capable to complete the entire enzymatic reactions and reach the egg membrane. So only a few, so पहले तो few hundreds थे, अब उसमें से भी कुछ ही जा पाएंगे to reach up till the egg membrane. And finally, very important, only one is going to be, reaching the egg membrane the fastest, और जो fastest होगा वो जैसे ही touch करेगा the egg membrane, there is going to be a reaction, and that we'll study in the next few minutes. So over here पहले few hundreds थे, अब few sperms हो गए, उसमें से भी एक ही होगा जो fastest होगा, जो जाके egg membrane को touch करेगा. So it is just like a running race, जो सबसे पहले दौड़ के वो red ribbon को पार कर लेगा, that is going to be the winner. So just like that. So after that, just say if you can see in the diagram over here, there is going to be sperms which are going to make the contact with the egg. There will be acrosome which will be releasing and reacting with the zona pellucida. So जो hyaluronidases होगा वो सबसे पहले सबसे बाहर की लेयर डिग्रेड करेगा. Then there is going to be the acrosomes which will be reacting with the perivitellin space. So वहाँ पे जाके corona penetrating enzymes and everything that is going to be digested. Then the zona pellucida will be digested, and finally only one sperm will be reaching up till the egg membrane. So now the egg activation. अब जैसे ही जो egg है उसको पता चल गया that there are some sperms, 1 or 2 sperms that have tried to reach up till my membrane. So egg needs to get activated, and this activation is going to be the process that we need to understand. So what are the changes that are going to occur? First of all, as soon as the sperm is going to touch the egg membrane, there is going to be a stimulation, और वो stimulation की वजह से there is a outgrowth by the oocyte, and that will be called as a fertilization cone. So for example, this is going to be your ova और membrane होगी. जैसे ही the sperm is going to try and reach out up till the this has not reached. Now this has reached. The sperm जैसे ही touch करेगा, there is going to be appraisal of the layer, and that will be called as a fertilization cone. So if you can notice over here, there is going to be a outgrowth, और वो outgrowth जो होगी, that is fertilization cone or cone of reception. So once the egg membrane is going to be negatively induced, so egg membrane negatively charged है और जो sperm है it has been positively induced. So once the positive negative charge comes together, what is going to happen? There is going to be depolarization of the ovum membrane. So once there is depolarization of the ovum membrane, positive negative charge आके एक दूसरे से टकराएंगे, what is going to happen? There is going to be a big blast. सो वो जो ब्लास्ट होगा, जो पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव चार्जेस एक साथ आने की वजह से, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी ensuring that only one sperm enters. So one sperm enter करने के लिए this induced charges have been created by the nature so that the opposite charges when come to each other वो polyspermy को prevent करे. So prevention of the polyspermy is going to be the method, that is depolarization of the ovum membrane. So what is the fast block? Since the positive negative charges के एक साथ आने की वजह से वो बहुत जल्दी reaction होती है, that is called as a fast block. So the fast block to check polyembryony is going to be the method, that is depolarization of the ovum. अब एक स्लो ब्लॉक भी होता है, दैट विल अंडरस्टैंड. तो फास्ट ब्लॉक कौन है? इट इज depolarization of the ovum membrane because ovum is going to be negatively charged. So ये ovum है negatively charged, sperm that is going to be positively charged, दोनों एक साथ आएंगे, there is going to be a big blast, that is fast block to check polyembryony. Now after the fast block, यानी जो blast हुआ था because of the opposite charges coming together, so there is going to be the movement of some granules. ये granules कौन से होते हैं? These are going to be the cortical granules which are found in the internal membrane of the egg. Now these cortical granules need to be moved out, and how they are moved? जैसे ही fast block होगा, that is there is going to be the membrane that is dissolving. Once the egg and the sperm membrane dissolves, the calcium ions are going to move out, and once the calcium moves out, there is going to be the positive agent के सारे cortical granules को बाहर फेंक दिया जाए. So internal membrane से उन्हें बाहर फेंक दिया जाएगा, that is going to be called as cortical reaction. So if you can see over here in the particular diagram, what is going to happen? There is going to be cortical granules जो internal membrane में होंगे, but now these are going to be thrown out और वो बीच के space में जाके accumulate होना शुरू करेंगे, and that is going to be called as cortical reaction. Now once the cortical granules have moved into the perivitellin space, so perivitellin space यानी इंटरनल मेम्ब्रेन और जोना पेलुसिडा के बीच की जो स्पेस होगी, वहाँ पे जब ये कॉर्टिकल ग्रैन्यूल्स को बाहर निकाला जाता है, the zona pellucida is going to become impervious. Impervious यानी वो बहुत ज़्यादा hard हो जाएगी. So you can also see in the diagram that once the cortical granules come out in the space, the ZP, that is zona pellucida, is going to become hard enough. और वो जैसे ही hard हो जाएगी, because of the hardness, what is going to happen? The receptors जो थे, that are going to get destroyed. So ZP3 receptors are going to get destroyed, जिसकी वजह से new sperms will not be attached. अटैच नहीं होंगे, वो select नहीं होंगे, they are not going to come inside, and rest of the sperms which were trying to surround the particular egg, these are going to thrown away. So that is going to be called as a zona reaction. So जैसे ही the zona pellucida becomes impervious, ZP3 receptors destroy हो जाते हैं, that is zona reaction. But the throwing out of cortical granules into the perivitellin space, that will be called as cortical reaction. Now cortical reaction along with zona reaction, these are going to also check the polyembryony ताकि और कोई sperm का nucleus अंदर enter ना करे. But since this reaction is going to be a slower process as compared to the positive and negative charges, or that is depolarization of the ovum membrane, because of that it will be called as a slow block. So slow block to check polyembryony is going to be cortical and the zona reaction. So these two are very important questions that you need to remember, that what is the slow block to check polyembryony, that is going to be the cortical and the zona reaction, or fast block कौन होगा, that is depolarization of the ovum membrane. Now once the a single sperm has been selected और जैसे ही membrane fuse हो जाते हैं, now the centriole of the sperm is going to reach the ovum, और जैसे ही centriole जाएगा near the ovum, it will complete its meiotic division. So जो arrested phase था of the secondary oocyte, that is going to complete its meiotic division, और जैसे ही meiosis complete होगा, there will be formation of the second polar body. So first polar body, just for revision, कब form हुई थी? So the first polar body was formed during the first meiotic division that had occurred inside the ovary. So inside the ovary, once they have converted into the from tertiary to Graafian follicle, जब conversion हुआ था, during that process the primary oocyte had converted into secondary oocyte because of the first meiosis, और second meiosis के time पे it got arrested. So because of the lack of centriole, the meiosis could not get completed, and now once the centriole has been received from the sperm, meiosis complete हो गया, second polar body form हो गई. Now second polar body कहाँ पे form होगी, what is the location? It is going to be in the fallopian tubes, because ये सब reactions कहाँ हो रहे हैं, these are going to be near the junction. So near the junction, when the sperm and ovum got near to each other, all these reactions are occurring there. So as soon as the second polar body has been formed, the haploid nucleus of sperm and ovum are going to get fused. So now this meiosis is complete. Meiosis complete होगा, यानी completely the ovum is going to be haploid, and once the ovum has become haploid, now they can form a diploid zygote. So fusion of sperm and ovum nucleus can occur, and with that the next process can be initiated. So after this, the last important process, यानी जब nucleus membranes fuse होके the nucleus the material has come together, now it's the time for actual fusion of the chromosomes. So fusion of the 23 chromosomes of sperm. So एक साइड से ये 23, एक साइड से ये 23, साथ में जब membranes fuse हो जाएंगे, these all will become one single. They will result into 46 chromosomes in a single zygote. So the resulting 46 chromosomes will result into the diploid state. So as soon as the male and the female pronuclei will approach each other, the chromosomes will mix, or mixing की वजह से what will happen, there will be formation of synkaryon or the zygote, and then the mitotic spindle formation will occur. So from the chromosomes which were freely moving into that dissolved nuclear membrane state, chromosomes को पकड़ा जाएगा before they disperse everywhere, and फिर एक बार अगर वो फैल गए इधर उधर तो उन्हें पकड़ना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. So as soon as they are released, the spindle are going to be formed, and these spindle fibers are going to capture the chromosomes, and then entire genetic material will be held together and the fusion will occur, or the fusion is nothing but the syngamy. So over here you can see in the diagram that the haploid sperm will be carrying 23 chromosomes that are going to represent the genes of the father, and the haploid egg is again going to carry 23 chromosomes that is going to signify or represent all the characteristics in the form of genes for the mother. So mother और father दोनों के genes जब combine होंगे to form a diploid zygote, the genes or the chromosomes are going to get mixed, और वो mixing और वो fusion को बोला जाएगा syngamy. So because of that there is going to be two pairs, यानी एक pair होगा that is going to be called as paternal homologue, और एक होगा that is maternal homologue. Both will fuse and give the diploid zygote. So that was everything about the fertilization. So 5 steps होते हैं. Syngamy or actual fusion of the chromosomes is going to be a very small, minute time taking process, but entire from the capacitation, the binding, the acrosomal reaction, everything that needs to occur to finally give rise to the syngamy. So I hope you understood everything about the fertilization in detail. If you have any doubts, you can always go and comment down in the section so that that can be cleared out if any. So if you like our videos and want more like these, then you can give us suggestions for more videos that you would like to see. Till the next time we come back soon with the next videos, keep studying, keep smiling, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Till then, bye bye everyone. Thank you.